with the Mental Wellness Live. All right, let's double check and see. Hold up, gotta go live on TikTok. So let's see who we're working with on the YouTube. YouTube is good. Now let's head to LinkedIn. Double check. I've been really having trouble with my LinkedIn lives. Gotta get that right. Let's see. Are we good? We are not. Let's refresh and see. We are still not. We're still not live on LinkedIn. What is going on here? Streaming. It says streaming. Let me see. It says I'm live, but I don't see the video on LinkedIn. I got to get that. Oh, did it say? No, definitely not. Oh, what is happening? Let's see. Trying to get this right, guys, before I really get dialed in. Shout out to those watching on the replay. I am trying to make sure I'm right on LinkedIn. YouTube, it always works when I go live. But LinkedIn has been hit or miss. And I gotta get that corrected because there are lots of leads I can do on LinkedIn. So I gotta make sure that gets right. And it looks like it's not right. What is going on here? What's going on? Technology. Technology wants to work until it's not. Let's see. See, it's not working. Come on, we gotta figure this out. Got to figure this out. You know what? I may have to just go ahead and do it for now. Got to figure it out for LinkedIn. All right, I'm gonna figure it out. Or I might just have to go live again later this week. But anyway, let's go ahead and just get into it because I am on a time crunch. I got a meeting at 6 that I got to get into, but I want to do this live first because I didn't do one all in November. But what's going on, everybody, and welcome to your Mental Wellness Live, where we talk about how to improve your mental wellness so that it doesn't get in the way of your performance. So this live is just like the last ones we've talked about in the past. If you haven't, go check out those other lives right on YouTube because that is apparently the only live link that has been working with me lately. But it's okay. We're gonna get through it. We're gonna get to it. But today we're talking about optimizing your mental wellness and performance in December. And why specifically in December? Well, that's because when it comes to December, a lot of people have this mindset. I just got to get through the next 31 days. Matter of fact, I ain't even got to get through 31 days. Let me just get through the first 2 weeks. Let me cruise the third week into Christmas. And then the last 7 days, I'm not doing nothing. Right? That's usually the mindset that people have to really just go on I'm gonna do nothing mode. Or I'm not gonna put forth effort mode. And that is not very productive, especially if you are in a high performance industry. Because things happen all year round. They don't just stop when the calendar hits 12/1. So the thing is, those of us who are in these type of industries, those of us who are high performers, we say that, you know what, I can't necessarily afford to just take my foot all the way off the gas and just chill. You get what I'm saying? I can slow down a little bit. I can maybe bring down the throttle a little bit, but I can't just take my foot completely off the gas. But the temptation is there because that's really the mindset of everybody at this time of year. It starts getting cold, the temperature's going down, your vitamin D levels are going down, you start, eating all the sweets from Thanksgiving, you start eating all the cookies, all the sugars, you start doing a whole bunch of things that contributes to this lethargic, chill, maybe even lazy demeanor when it comes to this time of year. And so this live is about talking our way through that particular phase and still performing at a high level. So in particular, I can reflect on this time a lot as college students because around this time, matter of fact, this week would be the week where we're either gearing up for finals or we're having finals week. This is the time when you really got to turn it on if you are a student, and the same can be said if you are a professional as well, because a lot of things can happen in December if you are locked in. So let's start with number one, how to really optimize our mental wellness for December. Number one, you got to switch your mindset. Remember we talked about that low, that cathartic, that that well, not cathartic, that lethargic mood that December just gets you in, because we're just tunnel vision to Christmas, tunnel vision to the next year. It's like, okay, we've done all that we can for this year. Let's call it out. Let's pack it in. Let's bring it on in. But you have to switch it to the opposite. You got to switch it you got to switch it from, you know what, it's the end of the year, let me just chill, to it's the end of the year, let me finish strong. Get what I'm saying? So you have to have a mindset shift that starts your day off with, okay, you know what, this is going to be a productive end of the year. This is going to take off for me. The work that I'm doing right now is going to change the momentum of my work. The work that I'm doing right now in this last month is going to change the momentum of my business. The work that I'm doing right now in this last month is going to change the momentum of my family. It's going to change the trajectory of the next 5 years. Me doing the work that I'm doing right now, you got to change your mindset. You got to trick your mind essentially in fooling it into really thinking. And when I say trick loosely, because really a lot of things that you can do can change the difference for you. Because a lot of people are in that, relax, we're circling back. We're going to just put off the meetings. We're going to put off the reports. We're going to set off all the important meetings. We're going to put that to January. We're gonna push that all the way to January. And really, if you think about it, that puts you at a competitive advantage. If you are still working, you're still creating content, you're still marketing, you're still sending the emails, you're still shaking hands, you're still networking, you're still pushing through. That's going to separate you come January toward instead of everybody else who was just chilling. And so you have to, I keep hitting this mic, you have to shift your mindset from the jump. Here it is. We're on December 2nd. You got to shift your mindset to say, you know what? I'm going to get the most that I can out of these 31 days. I'm going to do whatever I can to squeeze out of these last 31 days and set the momentum for January. So that's number one. You got to shift your mindset. And let's break that down a bit. How do I shift my mindset for that change in mentality? Well, number one, you got to take the time to really meet with your thoughts. One of the coaches that I've had in the past, he said you got to set meetings with yourself. We say meetings for, to meet with this person, to meet with that person. Some of us even put meetings on our date nights, so on and so forth. But you need to set a meeting with your own self and your own thoughts. This is really what you're going to do to start shifting your mentality. You can do things like starting with music. So music is one of the surefire ways to give you a quick dopamine hit to really listen to your favorite vibes. If I of course prefer rap, little chill R&B, of course gospel. I'm starting to get into country a little bit. Of course, it is few and far between, but you got to look at which music can shift your mood and start to turn it up. Number one, that's a good way to set the atmosphere. And then I want you to start taking out and making a list. I want you to start to visualize. I want you to do your mental exercises that we've talked about before. And I want you to think about what it looks like for me to continuously not only perform at a high level, but to succeed at a high level. What does it look like for this outcome, this 1 minute goal, to start to domino effect, to start to snowball into the big goals that I'm looking to achieve overall in my life, overall in my work, overall in my business, overall in my personal and professional life? What does one win look like today? And what can that snowball into later down the line? That's really where this meeting with yourself should look like. Really giving yourself the space. And this might require you to put your phone to the side. This may require you to, you know what, I'm going to put my phone over here for about 15, 30 minutes. And I'm going to just play music on my laptop. I'm going to just sit here and I'm going to meditate. I'm going to visualize. I'm going to reflect. I'm going to write out. I'm going to do the things to really start to imagine what can these little mini goals, what can it accomplish by the time that December 31st is, but January 1 hits. Get what I'm saying? Now, of course, am I saying you got to do this every single day? No, do it as you need it. I would recommend doing it regularly, at least 3, 4, maybe even 5 times a week. But you ain't got to do it every day. But this is what the literal exercises looks like to start to shift your mindset from lackadaisical to high performing. Okay? So, number one, getting your mindset. How do I get in the mindset of doing that? We just talked through that. Okay, number two, I need you to reflect on your year. Wait, why are we reflecting on the year? Because I want you to start looking at what you can do in the next 30 days based on your previous performance. Let me give you an example. I want you to look at quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, maybe even see what happened in quarter four that has been working, and also think of what hasn't been working. That's an example. So, for example, if you are noticing that you're hitting it, you're killing it in a certain industry, but this industry, you know what, I'm not gaining much ground. So you know what? I'm just gonna focus here for 1 week, for 2 weeks, and I'm just gonna start making phone calls. I'm gonna start connecting with people. I'm gonna start, you know what? I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna start networking in this last year, this last couple days to really start killing it. Let's focus on what does work, especially in this time of year when it can get discouraging. So if we're hyper focusing on what is working, that'll start to maybe snowball that in that regard, so that we can have that positive energy, positive vibe, positive momentum. Okay. So really stepping back and looking at what has and what hasn't been working. Another thing that I want you to step back and do as far as reflecting on the year, maybe reaching back out to those people. We as entrepreneurs, as high performers, if you're really trying to make it in life, chances are you're trying to expand your network, expand your services, expand all that type of things. There's probably somebody who you reached out to early in the year, or that you connected with earlier in the year, that you maybe haven't talked to in a couple months. Maybe you haven't reached out an email. This might be a good time to follow up. This might be a good time to set the meeting up for January. This is the time to reach back up into your list, into your email database, your connection. Really just see, what's going on with people. Touch base. Hey, how's it doing? I hope you guys have had a great year. I just wanted to circle back and connect, see how things have been going. and so on and so forth. So starting those different kinds of conversations too, because that can set the momentum up for next year as well. You get what I'm saying? But you're on the top of their mind going in toward the end of the year. So focusing on the things that are working and reflecting on the entire year, you might have missed something. And so going to those things that you miss or that you haven't necessarily had time to go and pursue, that this is probably a good time to start working those systems and implementing the things that you need to do to start you off on the right foot for the new year, but also finishing out the next year, the this year strong. Okay. Now, number three, this is another way to optimize your mental wellness and performance, but y'all are gonna laugh when I say this. I need y'all to work out. Yeah, yeah. I know this is the Monday after Thanksgiving. I know it's cold. I know some of y'all don't even want to think about it. Y'all just said, you know what, I'm gonna start at the gym. Yeah, sure. You're gonna start at the gym January 1. Yeah, you said that last year. I'm not coming for you. My dad is a personal trainer. He made a whole business around this mindset. You get what I'm saying? And so working out, doing your mental wellness is going to snowball. That is definitely a snowball that will not only maximize your physical health, but it will also generate the endorphins that's going to fight off the lackadaisical attitude that we're talking about, because you're stimulating your blood flow, you're stimulating those endorphins, you're generating those feel good hormones when everybody else was to just bundle up under a blanket and sip hot cocoa or marshmallows or hot whatever it is that you like. But the people who are going to continue to work out, if you work out, and guys, I'm not saying every day, and I'm also definitely not saying go for a walk around the neighborhood. I'm saying do something to move your body 3 times a week. 3 times. That's what I'm asking for. And I'm taking up the challenge too. Because November, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I didn't move very much. It started getting colder and colder. I started getting busier and busier. I started staying up later and later. Like, things got out of whack. But uh, I'm trying to do some things next year. But I'm not trying to wait until January to get started. You feel me? So I want you guys to recognize how that physical wellness is going to lead to your mental wellness as well. I mean, think about it. If you say, you know what, I really don't want to work out in the evening, or I got busy in the evening, but I want to get my workout in. That means I'm gonna have to probably get up early. This is gonna require you not only to take the reins and take more control of your life, be more time management, but it's also gonna start your day on the right foot when everybody else is slow to get up. When everybody else is waking up and still, scraping ice off of their car, you're already up. You've already been moving. You've already been gotten yourself a little workout in, whether it's push-ups, jumping jacks, sit-ups at home, or a home workout on the YouTube video at home. If you're just doing stuff to just start your day off on the right foot, that's going to carry into the momentum of your performance. That's going to carry into the momentum of your entire brain health. You get what I'm saying? So making sure that your physical wellness is great by doing those workouts is going to optimize your brain, and it's going to optimize your performance. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and talk about nutrition. Listen, just because everybody is walking around with cookies, eggnog, all the sugar, sweets, and salty, savory, all the things, just because they're walking around does not mean that you need to get everything. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm probably one of the biggest sweet tooths around, and I will grab any chocolate pretzels, cookies, Oreo balls, white chocolate, not dark chocolate, milk chocolate, hot cocoa. I'm telling you, I will enjoy it. But can be a problem for our brain. Not only does all this sugar lead to sugar crashes, but I've talked about before, but our brain uses 20% of the blood. And if that blood is flooded with sugar, that's going to affect your brain motivation, your focus, all the things when it comes to your performance. So I want you to start to monitor and try to cut back. Just because it's there doesn't mean we have to get some. Pick and choose your spots and balance it out with the proper nutrition. By nutrition, you guys know what I should mean by now. We're talking about lean proteins, greens, vegetables, nuts, those type of things. If you don't know that, then you need to hop into my course where you get all the details behind the nutrient dense superfoods, all that good things. So making sure that we are prioritizing our physical wellness is another thing that's going to separate us from everybody else. Because keep in mind, those people who are not, they're saying, you know what, I'm done. I did Thanksgiving. I'm packing it up. I'm not going to work out between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And after Christmas, definitely I've already splurged again, depending on what your family does. And boom, here I am again at 31, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, January 1, this is my year. I'm going to lose 15 quick pounds, and I'm going to be good for spring break. No, you're not. This is the same story you told yourself last year, the year before that. Let's change the narrative and start now. Let's do it. So I want you guys to really take what I've said. I want you to really sit back and really see, okay, what can I do to start implementing this today? Today, yes, today. So from your mindset to reflecting on the year to your physical wellness, I want you to really see, you know what, it's not too late. It's day 2. It's December 2nd. You can start turning the ship. Like, because I'm telling you guys, things that you do in the next 30, 31 days can really change the momentum that you have. Even if you had 11 bad months, these next 30 days can be a game changer for you. But you have to make sure that you lock in mentally. Okay? All right, guys. All right, let's go ahead and call it a wrap. But before we get out of here, I want to remind you guys of the stress. Where's my? I was right here. Your Turn Your Stress Off journal available at the link below. Go ahead and place that order. I am actually working on some deals right now, working with some schools, working with some companies to get some bulk orders. I haven't quite figured out how to get it on a TikTok shop yet, but when I do, I got to make sure that I got plenty of these in store because I want to be able to ship them out on demand and not have to go, out of inventory, in inventory, out of inventory, in inventory. But tell you what, if you're not into books, then what you can do is hit the link and order the course. So the course is, has all the mental exercises. It's me walking you through the mental exercises and showing you the somatic movements, showing you the visualizations, showing you the mental wellness exercises that you can use to really help turn your stress off. So I'm also selling that to companies. But if you want access to it, you don't want to wait on your company to buy it, then you can go ahead and buy it. But that's at the link in the bio. But for now, guys, we're going to go ahead and call it there. Like I said, I got a meeting I got to go to at 6 my time. What was I about to say? Oh, yeah. So let's lock in for the month of December. Get your mental wellness up because that will, what you do over the next 30 days will definitely set you up for the new year. All right. Peace.